Hi, welcome to the Outspoken Artist. I am here at Bild Expo 2025. Francisco Hernandez, how are you?
I'm doing fine. It's awesome here. I'm glad to be here.
I know, and I can hear you. That's why
Oh yeah, yeah,
this thing is so great. This thing is so great because it's so loud and
yeah. You guys can't hear it, but there's a lot of stuff happening right now.
yeah, because it'll be so clean. You'll be like, oh, it's so quiet, nobody's there. But we're here behind Viltrox. Tell me, what brings you to Bild?
So I love Viltrox. I was actually a fan of theirs before I became an ambassador. I'm proud to be their ambassador because, like, if you guys know other lens companies and you're like, oh yeah, they're up here. Viltrox is going fast. They are up and up and up. And literally, they have released a lens 2 days ago, I believe. Today's the 18th.
I
Yeah.
think so.
Yeah. So on the 16th, which is past Monday, they released the 85 1.4 Pro. It's an amazing portrait lens and it's also affordable. The competition is like 1,319,
Right.
but the Viltrox 85 1.4 is 598. But there's also discounts, during the show and using my discount code. But like, you just, I don't know, I'm just happy to be with them, man.
This is not planned at all. There's a discount on that.
Yeah.
I told myself I wouldn't leave without shopping for something, but
Yeah.
oh, Viltrox has really been picking up. They've are they listening to a lot of user feedback? Is that what they're doing?
They're doing their best to not only listen to feedback, but if any sort of issues happen that they want to fix it right away. But the only thing that's really limiting their growth is like Canon saying like, nah, you can't use our mount for a full frame. I think it's later this year they're gonna make some um crop sensor APS, APS-C, whatever,
Yeah.
crop sensor Canon mount lenses for the RF mount. But only because Canon barely allowing it. I don't know if a lot of people don't know this, but maybe some people do. But there was an RF mount 85 1.8 that happened in I think 2019 or something. And then it was available for about maybe a little bit longer than 3 weeks, and then Canon shut it down, and they're like stop, and so then they had to stop. So some people have it out there, but Canon's out. Let us make lenses for you guys.
I used to shoot Canon, and then when I sold all my gear, I had the option around like, all right, so what am I going to shoot? I was Sony.
Yeah,
I'm like, Sony seems to be really good at the time and et cetera. For me, I
the
thought of
options.
home. That's the reason why. It's because I love the Sony lenses, but they're way out of my budget for the kind of work that I do. I mean, I do volume headshots. I don't need yeah, I'll take the $3,000, $2,000 lens, but the quality these things make, like I shoot with an 85, I think it's the 1.8.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
nobody can tell the difference from what I do. And I use it for portraiture, fine arts, and et cetera. This is not sponsored by Viltrox. He might be.
In that, but I'm just, we're talking.
Yeah, no, absolutely, absolutely. So tell me about your work. How would you describe? Is it more beauty, fashion? What is it that you specialize in?
I would say usually when I think beauty, I think in the studio, like close up portraits. So I would say more fashion, more, it's kind of on its way to becoming like editorial kind of work. But that's the stuff that I kind of gravitated towards over time. But I was, back in the beginning, I was doing everything. And then I was like, you know what? I like this. I like this. I want to do this, have fun with it. So I kind of just started doing a lot of the stuff that I wanted to do. And then I unintentionally created like a look that I was really known for. And so a lot of people, like if I had to give a name to it, it'd be like fashion portraits editorial. Maybe that's what it'd be.
And how's the market for you in Texas? Do you do a lot of your work there? Do you travel?
I'm thankfully I do a lot of stuff locally, and it's all like referral based. So I've always been like happy to do that because I'm never a fan of like selling myself. Like hire me for this, I'm gonna give you the best. Like I always feel like I was like, come on, like you see my work, hire me or not. So I'm happy to just do the stuff that I do locally. I'm not for people who don't know me, I'm very like it's called an extroverted introvert.
I heard
I
that.
think
Yeah,
that's there.
very, very common here in
Yeah.
LA.
Yeah. So I mean, I feel like a lot of people kind of say that they are, and then I'm like, are you though? Because you're doing these things, but like I literally grew up in my bedroom, like literally, like I moved so much time, so much over the years, like literally 10+ times over my life. I went to like 6 different elementary schools, and so I grew up just like okay, I wanted to get something that's familiar. So every time I moved, I'm like, okay, this is my space. Okay, so I never really traveled. I never really went anywhere. The only reason I've been traveling and doing stuff lately over the past years is because of photography. So I'm the guy that can be in the room all day and then go out, go get something Taco Bell and come back home and then I'll be back in my room. I've always been that kind of guy.
Taco Bell, Taco Bell.
Not sponsored by Taco Bell.
Yeah, that's sponsored.
Not yet.
Tell me, so how long have you been doing photography for? Is that something that you've always done, or did you start on something else and then pivoted because you found it?
Um, I haven't always done it, but I guess I always had an interest in the process of it. My love for photography came from disposable cameras. I literally, like, again, maybe if I had a smartphone back then, if I grew up in that era, maybe it would have developed, um, photography. There, not pun. But I got a lot of disposables, and I was really happy capturing my family. So then I was like, and obviously, making sure that, okay, you use those images, those 20 something, whatever images, and make sure they're not like just, random BS. But I was really happy capturing my family. And then in high school, I got a digital camera, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can just take pictures nonstop. And if I don't want a picture, I can delete it and free up space. So I definitely am a person that grew up, uh, you know, in the photography journey. It started with digital. It did start with disposable technically, but like digital really allowed me to kind of like grow and grow on it. And I just kind of just kept going from there. The small breaks here and there because I have, school and stuff. But then I usually say I started photography. There's two answers. Technically, 2007 with the digital photography camera, and then break in 2011 to go to school. And in 2014, when I graduated, I was like, okay, I'm gonna use every single second of time that I have to learn it. So 2007 technically.
Wow. Was it nostalgic for you when you started seeing all the places shutting down their photo printing?
It's crazy. You see so many like businesses in general, like they were thriving and then under shutdown. Like I don't know if I can, I'm not talking trash.
You can say whatever you want.
Okay, so it's like Stella Pro, like they just shut down this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, and um, I'll just keep it at that. I've said some stuff that was a little critical of their stuff, and then they kind of called me out on it. I'm like, I'm not lying though. Like, this, why would somebody get it if you're gonna be limited in terms of power on the continuous side, and then also on the flash side, you have both, sure. Or like, I was never a fan of this stuff because of the price was up there, and I didn't feel like it was justified. So I was critical online, and then they called me out one time, and they added imaging. They're like, Everything they say is, it gets heard. You need to be careful. It's constructive." And I was like, I kind of like felt like I was taken aback by that, but then I was like.